For months, politicians in Nevada have been concerned with the dominance of the Proud Boys, specifically the threats coming from Proud Boys who aren't happy with the Republican Party and have literally physically threatened them in some cases. In fact, to the point where some official meetings had to be canceled due to fears over these threats that were issued by members of the Proud Boys. So Republicans in the state are now trying to figure out what to do about their creeping Proud Boy problem. The Daily Beast reports that 2 members of the Proud Boys have signaled an interest in running for party leadership. The men run a channel on the messaging app Telegram. That group, Keep Nevada Open, of course in regard to coronavirus, is steeped in viciously anti-Semitic and neo-Nazi imagery. Clark County Republicans voted in a May meeting. So they obviously don't agree with the overt anti-Semitism and racism coming from the Proud Boys. And so they want to prevent them from engaging politically, which is pretty interesting. So last week's Review Journal investigation accused 3 local men, one of them an avowed Proud Boy, of threatening elected Republicans in Clark County. Among those said to be targeted were a local judge and a school board trustee. In a meeting earlier this month, the head of the Clark County Republican Party also accused 2 of the men of threatening him via a FaceTime call. And in many cases, when these threats are issued, it's over the outcome of the 2020 election. 3 of the men accused of lodging threats became actively involved in the Clark County Republican Party amid an effort to censure Nevada's Secretary of State, who, despite being a Republican, opposed efforts to cast doubts on President Joe Biden's victory. Because while he might be a Republican, he's not insane.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about this, believe it or not. So if any of the Proud Boys threaten violence, then they should call the police and they should take legal action to make sure that there is no violence. On the other hand, if they want to participate in political events, let them participate. Are you worried they're going to win?
They probably are.
Yes, that's exactly right. You are worried they're going to win. And that's because your party is filled with racists. And you say, oh, no, and anti-Semites. Oh, no, we would never tolerate that. I think you would. So you wouldn't tolerate it because you're afraid you're going to lose. Let them run. Like if your party's not really filled with racists and anti-Semites, those guys should get killed. It should be easy. Why would you be worried about it? They probably won't get any votes. You're worried because you think they will get a lot of votes.
And look, it's important to draw the dots, Cenk. You're absolutely right. I think that is what they're fearful of. But what they refuse to take responsibility for is how Republicans, the Republican Party, both nationally and on a local level, in lieu of offering actual substantive policy that improves the lives of their constituents, improves the lives of Republican voters, they've decided for decades now to lean into fear-mongering and scare tactics as part of the culture war narrative. Right? If they've got nothing to offer their voters, they're gonna lean in on the culture war. And the culture war for the right wing is what? You gotta be fearful of the immigrants. Oh my God, black people are gonna come and kill you. We need to be scared of them. I mean, let's keep it real. That's what their whole message has been for so long. And they'll play games and they won't be as overt in their rhetoric, but don't be surprised when years and years of priming your voters to be who they are today actually puts your party at risk of being overrun by militias like the Proud Boys.
Yeah, there's no chance that a Democrat would lose anywhere if their opponent came in and said, we're proud chauvinists, because that's what the Proud Boys say. That's a quote. And so if a Democrat came in, it doesn't matter if it's Nevada or any other state, and try to win the chairmanship or whatever they're competing for, and said, I'm a proud chauvinist, I think women are inferior to men. And yeah, I post on anti-Semitic websites all the time. And I think Hillary Clinton's secretly president. They would get no votes. And so sure, people would let them participate. And then they'd try to get them mental health counseling after they got no votes. You don't allow the Proud Boys to participate because you think a giant amount of your voters agree with them. And if they heard proud chauvinist, they might be like, where do I sign up? And so that's the reality of the right wing in this country. Look, guys, at this point, we all get it. You get it, I get it. Everybody on the online gets it. Even the right wing online get it because they know they are proud chauvinists and they are all those things. And they say, oh, I don't want to be banned for saying those things. But yes, I do think those things, right? So everyone agrees. The only people who don't agree is basically the corporate wing of politics and media. They all live in Washington and New York, and they're all pretending the Republican Party's just fine. Just fine. We've got a couple of outliers like Trump. Once we get rid of the Trump and his lackeys, they're gonna go regain their sanity and the fever's gonna break and we're gonna do, and right now Joe Biden is pretending to do deals with the Republican Party. Oh, we're gonna get 10 Republican senators to do police reform, to cancel student debt, to do voting rights.
He gave up on student debt.
I know. But we're gonna do all these things because the Republican Party is rational. Wakey, wakey, Joe Biden. Literally everyone else knows they've lost their mind except the Democratic president of the United States and every reporter in the country, every mainstream reporter in the country. Okay, obviously we have a dysfunctional media and a dysfunctional political system when they're the only ones who can't tell what's real. Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.